Hey guys, how exactly should you go about allocating your money every single month? The minute you get your net income, this is your after-tax money, how should you allocate every pound or dollar of the money that you make such that you can achieve your goals a lot faster? Today I'm going to share with you the 50-30-20 rule for allocating and budgeting your money every single month. This simple rule helps give you the discipline to budget your money in an effective way every single month. In fact, this rule is critical in particular if you're somebody who is hoping for your income to rise over time. If you've got this discipline of allocating by 50, 30, and 20, which I'm going to talk to you about on this video today, you find that as your income rises over time, you have that discipline to stick to that budgeting rule in order to help you save, invest, and achieve your goals a lot faster. My name's Ken of the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy. What we do on this channel is to give you guys the tips, the insights, the practical hacks to help you work towards a dream life of financial independence and money joy. I've got one big favor to ask you as you watch this video. I'd love for you to please hit that subscribe button because it really just helps us to grow our channel and gives us the opportunity to reach a lot more people and help them as well. If you really enjoy this video as you watch it, I'd love for you to hit that like button because again, that helps the algorithm to promote our videos and help us to reach so many more people. Okay, let's dive in now and look at what this 50-30-20 rule of budgeting our money and managing our money is all about. I'm just going to swing to the left hand side of my screen and head over to my board and give you an illustration. Imagine that every pound or dollar that you earn every month of your net income, so your after-tax money, is a pie. Okay, so draw that here for us to see. How exactly should we go about allocating that £1 of money? So every pound of money or every dollar of money that you're making every single month, okay? So the 50-30-20 rule is essentially a very simple approach for allocating your net income. What it says is that you should allocate 50%, so half of your money, to needs. So 50% of your money should go to needs, 30% should go towards wants. Okay, so let's just do that. Assume that there is 30%. And the remaining 20% should go towards your savings or paying off some debt. Okay, let's put that there. 20% savings / debt. So as an example, if your net after-tax income is £2,000 per month, 50% of it, which is £1,000, should go towards your needs. 30%, which is £600, should go towards your wants. And the remaining 20%, which is £400, should go towards your savings every single month. So we're now going to just go over and go into a bit more detail as to what we define as needs and wants versus what do we categorize as savings versus debt payoff. Oh, and by the way, in case you're one of those people who says, how on earth can you save 20% of your money every single month? I'm going to put up on the screen a chart for you guys to see, looking at the average UK household savings rate, which over the last few years had really hovered between 6% and 9% every year, until this year, of course, when we all had, the great pandemic. And what's happened this year is that most of us have been at home and not spending as much money as we'd normally do. And you'd see from that chart that the savings rate shot up to around 28% on average. So it's absolutely possible for us to go about managing our lifestyles and saving at least 20% every single month. And if you did that, you find this rule really working for you, and you find yourself over time shifting the percentages around such that you no longer have 30% going towards wants, but you have a lot more of that percentage potentially moving towards your savings and debt payoff category. In fact, I see this category of your wants as your opportunity section of the pie. It's where you want to really focus on in making sure that over time you are in effect increasing your savings rate in order to be able to achieve your goals a lot quicker. All right, let's dive in and look at these categories and what their definitions are exactly. 50% needs. Okay, so your needs, in my definition, are things that you need for your basic survival. Okay, so what exactly do we count as needs here? Okay, I'd say things such as your mortgage or rent. So you want those definitely on the list. You want to look at food, so groceries, for example. Other categories such as your insurance, whether it's your home insurance or your health insurance or your life insurance, for example. You also want to include things such as your utilities, okay, so your lighting, your heating, things like that. And then you also want to include the minimum payments on your debt, so the absolute minimum that you have to pay, okay? And there are others as well. All of those count towards your absolute needs, and 50% of your monthly net income should be going towards meeting those expenses every single month. Now, if you find yourself spending more than 50% at the moment on your needs, then what you will have to do over time is try to adjust your lifestyle or try to cut down on the wants. So the 30% we had for wants, cutting down on that in order to be able to make sure that you are covering your needs. But what I found personally to be the better thing to do is to aim to reduce your lifestyle, because what you ultimately want to do is to take the savings from your wants and feed them ultimately into your savings and investments, as well as your debt payoffs every single month. Okay, so your wants are fun things that are absolutely not essential. Basically, like to haves, okay? Now, the thing about wants is that, and this is where most people make the mistake when they think about allocating their money and budgeting each month, is that they confuse their wants with their needs, okay? So what you find is that some of the expenses in these categories are there because people are justifying them every single month, okay? So things such as, so for example, holidays, okay? Now, I love traveling just as you do, but the thing to note is that it's not really a necessity of life. You know, if you have to really cut back, then you should cut back on your travel needs. Even though, you know, today's world tells us that we should all really be traveling the world. But this is the thing to do, is to cut down on the holidays if you need to. Things such as nice cars, okay? So expensive cars, okay? So I don't know what you drive, but today's culture tells us that we should be looking to drive really nice cars. But of course, that there, you know, eats into our money every single month. Other things such as eating out. You know, you might want the convenience of buying takeaways or going out for dinner now and again. But again, that is a big part of what eats into your budget every single month. Then you have things such as your subscriptions. So this could be, you know, TV packages or maybe gym memberships or things like that. And other things such as your gadgets, you know. So once in a while, you may want to treat yourself. You know, life's been tough this year, and you might think, well, actually, I should treat myself to a gadget. But those things you should bear in mind for within this category of wants, and the most you should be allocating to them every single month is 30% in total. Okay, so the final category, and this is by far one of the most important categories because this is linked to your future, is this category of savings and investments. So 20% as a minimum should be going towards your savings. And things here include the likes of your emergency fund. So here you want to really ensure that you have at least 6 months worth of your expenses saved away. So say, for example, if you are spending £2,000 per month as your expenses, then you want to make sure you have at least £12,000 saved away as an emergency fund. Now, typically, most people say between 3 and 6 months. And that's a fair emergency fund to have, but in the current climate we're in, I'd highly recommend aiming for at least 6 months. We also want to focus on savings into our ISAs and our SIPs. These are our personal pensions. So here you are investing for a long-term goal, such as financial independence or the option for early retirement. Essentially, you're saving for your future here. You're saving and investing your money. Things that you could also categorize here include your savings for property. So say you're trying to buy your first home, for example, and you're saving towards that. That saving will fall into this category of savings. Other type of savings that you might not think of ordinarily include overpayments. Okay, so in the first category, when we covered needs, we talked about minimums that we might have on our debt, for example. But here also you could have the overpayments that you're making, say, for example, on your mortgage. That's classed as savings. Okay, so I put that in here as well. So overpayments. And the final thing I'd add here as well is if you're saving money towards investing in a business, that type of saving, again, will be factored into this 20%. So there you have it. That's the 50, 30, and 20 rule for managing and budgeting your money every single month. Okay, I really hope you've enjoyed that. The 50, 30, 20 rule is a very simple rule that I know will be very helpful to many people out there. It's helpful to us and has been on our journey of financial independence. And if you found this useful, I'd love for you to do us one favor. Please share this very video with somebody else, just one person, one other person who you think will benefit from this rule of 50, 30, and 20. And whilst you're doing that, we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, if you've been watching us for some time, please join us and help to support our channel. Don't forget to hit that like button if you really enjoyed this video as well. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. How do you currently allocate your money? Do you allocate 50, 30, 20, or do you have some other way in which you allocate your money every single month? I'd love to know in the comments, what percentages are you putting towards your savings, for example, and what percentage do you allocate towards your needs every single month? Please let us know in the comments, because I think it'll be fun to see what the varieties of percentages are for various people within our community. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us here at The Humble Penny. And as ever, in all things, be thankful and seek joy. Take care and bye for now.